Imagine telling your friends that one day, you are going to quit your prestigious job, give up a six-figure salary, move across the country, start a company in your garage, and sell books on something called the Internet. In the early 1990s, people would have laughed at you, and if you had added that your company would someday become one of the most valuable businesses in human history, they would have called you insane. But one man believed it. One man was willing to risk everything. His name was Jeff Bezos, and his story might completely change the way you think about success. Jeff Bezos was not born rich. He was born in 1964 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. His mother was only 17 years old. His biological father left early, and for a while, his future seemed uncertain. But life had other plans. When Jeff was 4 years old, his mother married a Cuban immigrant named Mike Bezos. Mike had arrived in America with almost nothing. He didn't speak English. He had no money, but he believed that hard work could change everything. That lesson would shape Jeff forever. As a child, Jeff was different, very different. He was obsessed with understanding how things worked. He would take apart his toys, disassemble machines, experiment for hours. His parents sometimes found him building strange inventions in the garage. At one point, he even created an alarm system to keep his younger siblings away from his room. He loved science. He loved reading. And above all, he loved imagining the future. Most children dream about becoming athletes. Jeff dreamed about space colonies. He dreamed about millions of people living beyond Earth. Dreams that sounded absurd. But to Jeff, they felt inevitable. He excelled in school. He was one of the smartest students in his class. And after graduation, he attended Princeton University, one of the most prestigious universities in the world. There he studied engineering and computer science, and he graduated with honors. Soon after, he landed an incredible job. Actually, several incredible jobs. Wall Street wanted him. Financial firms wanted him. Technology companies wanted him. His future looked perfect. Eventually, he joined a hedge fund called D.E. Shaw. It was one of the most prestigious firms in America. The salary was excellent. The opportunities endless. And at just 30 years old, Jeff became one of the youngest senior executives in the company. He had everything most people dream about: money, prestige, security. But there was one problem. He couldn't stop thinking about the internet. At that time, the internet was still tiny. Most people barely understood it. But Jeff discovered something astonishing. Internet usage was growing by more than 2,000% per year. 2,000%. He couldn't stop thinking about that number. He began asking himself a simple question. What business could exist only because of the internet? He made a list. 20 possible products. Music, software, electronics, and books. Books stood out. There were millions of titles. No physical store could carry them all, but an online store could. And then came the hardest decision of his life. Should he leave his safe job and gamble everything on an uncertain future? Jeff later described what happened next. He imagined himself at 80 years old. Looking back on his life, would he regret trying? Or would he regret never taking the chance? The answer became obvious. He wasn't afraid of failing. He was afraid of regret. So he quit. He walked away from security, away from comfort, away from certainty, and together with his wife, he drove across the United States. During that road trip, he wrote the business plan, a plan that would change the world. He named the company Amazon, after the largest river on Earth, because he wanted to build the largest store on Earth. At first, Amazon operated from a garage. There were no luxurious offices, no giant warehouses, no billions of dollars. Jeff and his small team packed books themselves, sometimes kneeling on the floor, using makeshift desks made from wooden doors. They worked endlessly, and every morning, Jeff asked himself the same question: how can we make customers happier? That obsession became Amazon's secret weapon. While competitors focused on profits, Jeff focused on customers. Better prices, faster shipping, more choices, a better experience, again and again. And people noticed. Orders began arriving. First dozens, then hundreds, then thousands. Amazon grew faster than anyone expected, but success brought new problems. The company was losing money, huge amounts of money. Critics called Amazon.bomb. They predicted disaster. They said online shopping would never dominate retail. They said Jeff was reckless. And then, the dot-com crash arrived. Internet companies collapsed everywhere. Billions of dollars vanished. Investors panicked. Thousands of startups disappeared. Amazon's stock price crashed. More than 90%. Think about that. If you had invested $100, you would have been left with less than 10. People thought Amazon was finished. The media attacked. Experts laughed. Investors abandoned ship. But Jeff stayed calm. Because while others focused on stock prices, he focused on building. He expanded Amazon. Books became music. Music became electronics. Electronics became everything. Slowly, Amazon stopped being a bookstore. It became an empire. Then came another bold idea. Amazon Prime. Pay a yearly fee and receive fast shipping. People thought Jeff was crazy. Shipping costs were expensive. Analysts predicted massive losses. But Jeff believed something. If customers love your service, they stay forever. He was right. Prime became one of the most successful membership programs in history. Millions joined, then tens of millions, then hundreds of millions. And Jeff wasn't done. He launched Amazon Web Services, a business that rented computing power through the internet. Once again, people didn't understand. Why would companies rent computers? Today, Amazon Web Services powers enormous portions of the internet and generates billions of dollars every year. Meanwhile, Jeff continued chasing another dream. The dream he had as a child: space. He founded Blue Origin, a space company with a simple motto: great attempt ferociter. Step by step, ferociously. Many people ignored Blue Origin. Others mocked it. But Jeff had patience, because he believed humanity's future lies beyond Earth. He dreams of millions of people living and working in space. The same dream he had as a child. Still alive, still burning. And then, something extraordinary happened. Jeff Bezos became the richest person on Earth. For a while, his net worth surpassed $200 billion, a number so large, it's difficult to comprehend. Yet his daily habits remain surprisingly simple. He values sleep. He avoids unnecessary meetings. He spends enormous amounts of time making a few important decisions. Because Jeff believes something powerful. Your success isn't determined by how many decisions you make. It's determined by how many good decisions you make. But perhaps, the most important lesson isn't about money, or business, or technology. It's about courage. Because Jeff Bezos could have stayed on Wall Street. He could have remained comfortable, safe, rich, respected. Instead, he chose uncertainty. He chose risk. He chose a future nobody could guarantee. And that's the reason his story matters. Because every dream begins the same way. As an idea, a crazy idea, an idea people laugh at, an idea that feels impossible. Most people abandon that idea because they are afraid of failing, afraid of embarrassment, afraid of losing. But extraordinary people, they are afraid too. The difference is, they move forward anyway. Jeff Bezos wasn't certain Amazon would succeed. He wasn't certain the internet would change the world. He wasn't certain he would become a billionaire. He simply believed one thing. That regret is more painful than failure. And maybe that's the lesson you needed to hear today. Because years from now, you won't regret the risks you took. You won't regret the dreams you chased. You won't regret the moments you were brave. You'll regret the opportunities you ignored, the dreams you abandoned, the life you never dared to build. Jeff Bezos once stood in a garage, surrounded by books, with no guarantee of success. Today, his company reaches almost every corner of the planet. His ideas transformed industries, and his story reminds us of something extraordinary. The future doesn't belong to the smartest. It doesn't belong to the luckiest. It belongs to those who dare to believe in impossible ideas. long enough to make them real.